At the same time, as we have been reporting, the FBI has received information that, quote, armed protests are being planned at all 50 state capitals in the days leading up to President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration next week on January 20th. Here is what Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel has to say about the threat and why she thinks that Michigan's capital remains unsafe, in her words, despite Monday's ban on the open carry of concealed weapons.
Michigan is ground zero for those who are wishing to take over a state government. Michigan certainly is a soft target. I actually received an email from a Facebook representative who monitors traffic that is geared towards some of this anti-government activity. And she said, I'm worried about Michigan. I'm exceedingly worried. And when you say that you can only carry concealed if you have a license, we don't have anybody to even check if you do have a license. We have no metal detectors. So if you were to bring an explosive device into the Capitol, if you were to bring multiple weapons, as long as they're underneath a coat or a jacket or in a bag, no one would ever know about it. You know, it's going to be a free-for-all in there. We just don't have adequate security when we don't know what kind of weapons are being brought into the building. When the legislature is meeting, according to our Open Meetings Act, it has to be accessible and open to the public.
This is all very troubling. 6-foot fences will be installed around Michigan's state capitol in Lansing, and that will be up by this Friday to guard against the possibility of violent protests or rioting that we've heard are planned, at least protests for this weekend. It's happening on the recommendation of state police. Meantime, the 101st Michigan legislature begins their session today. That's where we find our Rod Maloney this noon. And what's happening over there? Everything quiet?
Yeah, pretty much, Rhonda. I mean, there is a strong state police presence. In fact, we can show you some video that we just shot a few minutes ago. A lot of state police officers, particularly on bicycles, circling the Capitol here. Legislators also filing into the Capitol right now as they're getting ready. At noontime, they're going to get ready and have their start of the 101st legislature. Many of the members will be sworn in. Some already have been sworn in. Others will be sworn in. But the bottom line is that they're talking policy today as opposed to the concerns about security. We will be talking about security later, but in the meantime, the new House Speaker held a briefing this morning, Jason Wentworth, along with the Speaker Pro Tem Pan Hornberger from Macomb County, where they were talking about some of the legislation that they would like to see passed in the days to come. And it had to do with ethics, about how people feel about their legislative representation, about politicians in general, and about getting more transparency into the government here in Lansing. And so they're both providing legislation having to do with ethics and also the lame duck session.
House Bill 4001 says that a member cannot vote on legislation if he or she or his or her family members have an interest in it, that if they can benefit from it, they can't vote on it.
So I'm proposing a House joint resolution that says any bill considered after the November election in an even numbered year needs a 2/3 vote to pass. This would create more transparency and help us make sure that anything that passes in lame duck has strong bipartisan support.
Now, those are proposals. Those have not been run through the legislative process yet, but that's what they're talking about they want to take care of here. In the meantime, there is some concern over security. The fence is going to be built here on Friday, we are told, and legislators were sounding out today about the conditions as it pertains to the Capitol Commission, about the open carry, much like what the Attorney General was talking about. We'll have all of that coming up on Local 4 News at 5 and 6. Reporting live from Lansing, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
A lot to cover, Rod. Thank you.